What's good? The Last Chad. Welcome back to the channel. Here's another YouTube video, and it is a little bit of a different YouTube video. Once again, it's a little bit more of a sit down and talk about my life and what's going on. I used to be working FIFO, which I currently don't work any FIFO anymore. I am now working full-time as a rigger here in Perth. And since I'm spending more time here in Perth, I decided that I wanted to enter into the Perth Hyrox competition because that came out of nowhere, and I saw it popping up, and I saw a mate of mine wanting a fourth person for their team for the Hyrox Mixed Relay. I wasn't able to take any time off work to get the singles or the doubles because it was on a Friday and a Saturday, and I worked both of those days. But on Sunday, I was blessed enough to enter into that and to do it with a amazing team of units. Ruben, Mia, and Sarah absolutely killed it. Absolute beasts. They did the solos, the duos, and then they went and did the mixed relay with me. So really, I'm probably the most unfit person on the team, and that is saying something about the standard of people that are there. Now, I don't necessarily train for Hyrox. I off-sighted, and now I do rigging, but I'm the type of person that just believes that you need to train hard and be ready for anything while looking after your body as best you can. And sometimes when you're able to get into a competition like this, you can pull something out of the bag that you might not have believed that you had within you. Now, that being said, there is a right way to start the day, and there's a right way to go into a competition like that. I have learned through time and time again that proper preparation into an event like this, nutrition, hydration, proper sleep, and pretty much warm-up protocols going into something like this can give you the best edge that you possibly can do. Even if you're not quite prepared for it in terms of fitness and training, you can kind of pull something just off the cuff. And I will take you through that now and just how I did that. So I had a little sleep in the morning. I made sure that I woke up. I got some sunlight. I didn't have coffee early in the morning, even though I felt like I wanted to. I made sure I got hydrated. And I started my day with this. I always start my day with Super Greens. Now, I am sponsored by Switch. And they used to use a Vitality product, which was like a Vital Greens. But now they brought out a new product, the Greens Formula, and that has pretty much all of your super greens that you possibly need in terms of bioavailable minerals, micronutrients, and pretty much like superfoods and whole foods that are blended in this. And it doesn't even taste that bad. It honestly tastes like apple juice. It doesn't have any sugar in it, just has stevia. So it's an excellent way to start your morning without ruining your insulin, with putting some good minerals into your body. And it has a mushroom blend, an adaptogen blend, and a healthy gut probiotic blend that will help your digestion to start working. And that's the most important thing that you can do before going into an event, is making sure your digestion is ready to take on that protein, take on those carbs, take on all that electrolytes, and distribute that from your gut into your muscles to your brain, and allow you to perform at your peak without being heavy and fatigued because there's all this food in your gut that you can't get through. So Vital Greens is now the Greens Formula. I think they still have the Vital Greens up, but this Greens Formula is next level. It even has there's a lot of the mushrooms in here, special mushrooms to be honest. The shiitake, king trumpet, and the turkey tail. Those are really, really good for cognitive support and also energy levels. And it doesn't have any caffeine in it. So, I mean, I don't know why greens would have caffeine in it, but this one definitely doesn't. And you still get a really hectic hit, especially from the sea moss that sits in this. So, incredible product. I absolutely loved it. Made me feel really good going into the start of my day, like I said. And then we started the day after having that. So I went for a light little jog, probably around 3Ks, went and got my hair cut, which, as you can see, the barber screwed me up. I've got that receding hairline, but hey, I got a good switch hat, so it can cover that bad boy right on up, and we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, the barber screwed me up. I left it lopsided, and I was just like, look, I'm sick of this. I'm not going to worry about my hair today. Boom, buzzed it off. Pretty much a 9mm razor the whole way around. No problems, we'll just grow it out. When we got back from the run, after the legs were nice and warm, the body was free, I did a little stretch session. I chucked in a 10 milligrams of creatine, so Switch have their creatine perform. Once again, am sponsored by these guys. I will leave a code down for you. Code TLC will get you 15% off at the checkout. Great products. I've been working with this brand for a while now, and I believe in what they stand for, and I believe in the products because they don't have artificial junk in them. They're not filled with sunflower lecithin, with soy oils, with all this different fillers and garbage. They actually just have the product. It's good shit, and it works. So yeah, I chucked a double scoop of that. 10 milligrams of creatine, just for the brain, for the energy, for the adenine triphosphate, the production of the creatine phosphate in your body that will help build all that energy up, and so you can focus and your muscles can fill up with that water that you're putting into them before the race. I had pretty much like 6 eggs, as I always do, cheese, tomatoes, onions. I had some sweet potato, and I had a lot of salt to help that hydration, obviously fill up that body with electrolytes. I then did carb loading. Like for myself, I don't really live off carbs. I normally just stay high protein, high fat, but I allowed myself to have 3 almond croissants, which is pretty hectic, but I needed to get some glycogen into those muscles, needed to get that energy in there so that by the time I went to my race, I was ready to go. Fast forward to about, let's say, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I started heading down towards the stadium, which is, I just like jogged there pretty much, a little walk, little jog. And on the way, I decided, instead of me trying to have pre-workout, I'm going to have the Focus Mental Elixir coffee. This is also by Switch. Great product. Only has 80 milligrams of caffeine in it, and it has all of those superfood mushrooms in there. So this bad boy is going to give you that boost mentally. It's going to give you that alertness. It's going to keep you awake. The creatine is helping you build all that energy up in the brain. All these mushrooms are going to help you actually wake up and start to be focusing on what you need to focus on. Your adrenal glands will be ready with the caffeine there. It's a slow release caffeine as well, so it's not just going to hit you all at once. It's going to slowly release throughout the day, and it's just going to allow pretty much your brain to function at a higher rate. And obviously pre-workout is great and all, but it does give you that huge crash. This doesn't. It stays with you for pretty much the whole time. So that was kind of getting me ready to pretty much rear at the gates. I then started to stretch out, get loose, did a little bit of dynamic work, just started warming up as well. And probably an hour before, 45 minutes to an hour before, I dropped one of these puppies here. So you can get the tubs of this as a hydrate formula, filled with aminos, all the different electrolytes that you need as well. Once again, incredible formula in this. It has a good blend of potassium to sodium, so it's actually going to help you to pretty much not cramp, especially if you're a salty sweater like myself and you sweat a lot doing cardio. This is just a game changer. It also has a B vitamin blend that actually wakes you up as well, and a hit of taurine, which is really important as a thing to stimulate you right before your race, as well as give you hydration. So I hit that like an hour before my race, 45 minutes to an hour. I did have a whole bunch of Haribo's gummy bears. They are the best of the best when it comes to just fast acting carbs, besides just scooping dextrose into your mouth. Had a bunch of those. I felt ready, a whole bunch of water, I was hydrated, it was good. And then we started our warm up. I warmed up my grip because I was doing sled pulls. I warmed up my hips, a little bit of back on the rower, and I started cycling to get some blood flow into the quads and to the knees. And then I went outside, and a lot of people don't do this because they're scared they're going to get tired or whatever that yarn is. But I did speed spikes. Got my heart rate up to like 150, doing some sprints outside, because the most important thing you can do is if you're going to work your heart rate at that level and you're going to be sprinting, like I got my heart rate up to 192 at a 3 minute, 15 kilometer pace. I was blitzing it. Like, my lips went numb, my mouth was dry, I was seeing stars, but I knew that I could perform at that level because I had all of these different things that were allowing me to perform at my peak. Even though I might have not been in the most physically fit and ready stage, I was able to get there because I had the preparation, I had the hydration, I had the mental clarity, I had the energy within my body, and my body was feeling light and powerful. Paired with that warm-up where I got my heart rate up, I spiked it, I got blood into the muscles, and I was getting myself ready to activate pretty much all out mode. Like, there was a lot of people that were, you know, like borderline calling an ambulance, being like, I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna die. And I was probably close enough there, but because I was in really, really safe hands, I didn't really feel like I was scared to do any of those things or push myself to that extreme. And I just, the funny thing is, right, I know I'm rambling on in this video, and I thank you once again for tuning in and watching my videos. And if you are there, I'd love it if you let me know in the comments what you would like me to talk about or see next. I'm going to try and be more consistent with the vlogs as well, because I want you guys to actually have a part of my life and see just what I get up to. But yeah, like, moral of the story, right? The Hyrox event was amazing. We placed, I think, 8th out of the teams there in the opens mixed relay, which there were 6 professional teams, and we were 8th. So it means we only got bet by 1 non-professional team, which says something, you know, like, we performed really well. The team did incredible, and everyone was suffering. Everyone was in pain. Everyone was hurting. Everyone was breathing heavy, lactate filling in the body, the legs, the knees, the hips, the glutes. Everything was tired. Everyone was suffering. But the most important thing to realize in these events like that is, if you're willing to just stay in the heat, stay in the pain, hold that level just a little bit longer than the person next to you, you will win. Even if you don't win by time, even if you don't win by numbers, you will win mentally. And those people will realize, my goodness, this person was like redlining it, and they did it better than I did it. And it's not a competition, you know, like, it's not a negative way of competition, at least. There's a positive aspect to competition, because this is something that I've realized, and it's actually put a little bit of fire under my ass. Going to this Perth Hyrox, I'm not exactly a fan of specifically Hyrox, but seeing all these active people, seeing all these people wanting to push themselves, wanting to be active, you know, like an entire stadium packed out of hundreds and thousands of people that, instead of them drinking their life away on the weekend, they're pushing their bodies to the limits. You know, like, that is why I do what I do. That is my standard of what I love to see, because it encourages me to want to push even harder and be even better, and hope that someone out there sees me and is like, damn, what's that guy up to? What's that person up to? I wish I could do that too. Damn, I'm going to start working out. I want to be like that. Because it's a positive message at the end of the day. I will always be an advocate for that. I don't care if people get in my way when I'm running and it makes me slow down my time. I don't care if it's, oh, there's so many people there, I can't get a parking, all this rubbish. No. It's a blessing to be able to go to an event like that. It's a blessing to be able to take part in it. It's a blessing to be able to race against athletes, like fit as heck people, and to be able to perform with them too at a pretty decent level. Considering I don't train it all the time, like, I'm pretty happy with that result. I'm pretty stoked. And it just goes to show that if you're willing to stay in the pain, willing to suffer and do the thing that you don't want to do, you will have the highest level of self-discipline known to man, and it will push you to heights that you didn't know possible. So if you take one thing away from the video, just know that when you're suffering, when you're in pain, that's a good thing. Don't mistake it for putting yourself through something that you absolutely hate just for the sake of it, but understand that there is a purpose for pressure in your life, and there is a purpose for stress. And go into things knowing that it will be difficult, and that's exactly why you should do it. But not because you have to, because you get to. And there's a huge difference there. As always, TLC loves you, Matthew Heim loves you, and have a blessed, blessed night. If you want some of the best supplements on the market, Use the code. See you in the next video.